Everybody wants to be an astronaut. Take the long, tall trail to the sun.
Howdy everyone, welcome back to more for the Golden Path Internationals, being sponsored of course by Unfussable Narrative. I am your host and commentator, the BlackShadow, and we're getting ready for Group C action today. So we're coming towards the back end of the group stages. I mentioned in the last game that I commentated on, and as such we're going to take a little bit more of a detailed look into the group standings. Is it getting very important now? Rather than the start, we was just kind of seeing who was in what groups. Now people are seeing their positions, and now starting to have to play for them. Group C is kind of a little bit mixed. We've got week 2 action here. We've got a catch-up game. This one's going to be played between Poppa G, JDNst, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably not. Could be JDynst. DoomOverMorals and Sword Cancel. We'll start with Sword. As you can see, a tie top at the top of the table with Cool J at 8 points. Bofins as well, also an 8, though has an extra game played here. Sword, obviously, this is a big game for everyone, realistically, at this point now. Only 4 games is not a ton. So, you know, how you go in them is important. Sword obviously is going to want a good result to try and secure first place. There's a lot of competition. Doom has 5 points. Has only played the one game, which they did win. Poppa G as well, we commentated on in the previous Group C game. Didn't happen for them. Only 1 point is a shame. But obviously, you know, there's 4 rounds. There's 4 games to be played. So, and we've seen from the Imperium Cup where Drazo lost his first 2 games and went on to win the tournament. So losing your first game is not the end of the world. I hope it isn't, because I lost my first game. So very much there's tons to play for here, and that's kind of the nature of the format. As for Jay, 3 points from 2 games is not a great return. Does have the lowest point average out of the group. A couple of tough games, to be fair, though. Playing one as Ekaz and the other one as Hundro, which are 2 trickier leaders, I think, for the Rise of X expansion. So it's a big game for them. It's a big game for everyone here, and the results of this is going to make a huge impact on who is going to be challenging for automatic qualification out of the table. All right then, so players getting set up here. I expect the rate of play in this game is going to be very quick. I don't think this is going to be a rapid fire game. So Sword Cancel is going to be in the opening seat here, which means it will be Poppa G to select first. Players have a habit of forgetting to give me the GM spot so we can see what's going on. So that'd be nice. Very good. Scoreboards are. Everything should be good. Beautiful stuff. All right, so let's have a look at the opening row then. It's not the most remarkable row I've ever seen. But it's just solid. Don't hate this card at all. Has a place in most decks. The choice of reveal was pretty good. Satellite Ban, I think, is actually a really fun card, and it can be really powerful. You can get it early on. Recruit is okay. Jessica Rakis is okay, I guess, but it's hard to get the cards off. And then Charlie, I expect, could be picked up early, especially for that water. Techs are far more notable, though. Chow Murky, his intrigues, that extra half-point tiebreak winnings and endgames is pretty big. Spy Satellites is going to be competed for sure. And Train Drones also isn't bad here. So I think this is a pretty rugged sort of board. There's going to be a lot of combat here, as explained by showing all this here. Yeah, there's a lot of fighters here. Beast, Baron, Hundro can fight, Lido can fight, Ekaz can fight potentially as well. So this is going to be a pretty... I'll let them know they can start picking leads they want. So Poppa G going to take Ekaz first up here. I'm a little surprised. I don't think this is the best Ekaz board in the world. I guess they're going to look to try and get hold of some cheap swords, get hold of Spy Satellites, and just try and win combats. I think it's going to be the plan here, but I'm not the biggest fan of Ekaz here in 4th. So Baron's going to get played, Beast is going to get played, and probably, I don't know, Hundro or Lido, I would think. Ariana, I don't think this is the best of boards. I wouldn't be picking Paul here. Alaze, I think, is a bit dicey as well. So we'll kind of see what happens here. But I have a feeling Doom is going to pick Baron. Otherwise, Baron's getting picked second. Might also go Beast. But Beast is going to have to expect that Jay here is going to be picking Baron here, surely. So that's a bit of a problem. And then Sword... Just see who Sword's going to pick up first spot here. I think this is a tricky spot for Sword. I could see maybe Hundro. I don't think this is a bad Hundro board. I don't hate it. Might go Lido as well, but you'd be scared about Ilban. No Ekaz or Helena at this point, so that's going to be a bit of a concern for the drawers. I think you just got to be taking Baron here. No Tesia. Doesn't mean she might have been picked in third. She might not be available, though. I think Baron's got to be the take. And then Sword. I think it's going to go Hundro. If I had to guess. But it's a little hard to know. I wouldn't be going Ariana. I wouldn't go any Kaz. I don't think this is a poor trade, these games. I think it's either Lido or Hundro. Go whichever way you so desire. And rock and roll from there. So this is going to be, yeah, I think the rate of play is going to be fast. I'm going to do my best to keep up with the plays here. But I might have to pass over some of the standard ones a bit here. This could go at an absolute rate of knots. So, Paul Atreides, it is in first position. Wow. Okay. I don't know if I like that from Sword. Like, as much as I enjoy Paul Atreides, and I like playing as him, I wouldn't have picked him here. I really wouldn't have done. So, we'll see how we go here. Opening hand's being drawn. Beast has got an absolutely delicious hand kiss in a Diplomacy and his Signet Ring with both daggers. It is the Influence Spy Skirmish here. Paul's got drawn everything, which he almost didn't want to in first position. We'll obviously wait for Baron to pick the ones that he's after for his factions. Ekaz's hand has both faction accesses, so loads of faction access here. I don't think everyone's going to get them off. I suspect that some people are going to have to leave some of these factions for later on, so it'd be interesting to see whether they decide to use their Seek Allies first, or if they save it for later on. It's a kind of not a particularly expensive row. So I suspect there could be a few liaisons getting bought as well. So you might see some people perhaps saving up Seek Allies here. Yeah. So unfortunately, yeah, Skirmish was shown a little bit early. Baron wasn't really meant to have seen that, but regardless. So Baron having a think. You would imagine it'd be probably the standard too, however. So what's the action's going to be here, probably? So Paul has to go forward space, you'd imagine. You'd imagine that Baron is probably going Hardy Warriors if they can. Interesting spot here. It's a bit awkward for Beast. Beast kind of has to go probably Steel Suit if that's the place. If Baron goes Hardy Warriors first, I think he's probably got to go for it here. But it's going to be a little bit tricky, though, for Jay. So, forward space, obvious opener. Baron finds no faction access, so smuggling is going to be the play here, so which means Beast is surely going to have to go Hardy Warriors. Ekaz probably to Steel Suits, I think we're going to see. And then Paul, I have no idea what Paul wants to do. Paul might go Arakeen with Signet Ring. Might go Wealth. It is Convincing Argument is their next card here. They're drawing that as part of their Prescience ability. So some people will pull it off and do the Alt Shift to look underneath, like sort of like that. Some people also draw it off the hands. Whatever they want to do, basically. We'll make a point of looking at their cards, but we'll have a look. So Baron goes to Smuggling and finds a Bene Gesserit bump. That feels pretty good. We assume that the Baron has taken the usual 2 and has done so. Beast surely will be going Hardy Warriors with both daggers in hand. Could also go Steel Suits and then Signet Ring afterwards, but I would be a little bit uncomfortable with leaving Hardy Warriors open. It's a braver choice. You could even consider going Seek out to Steel Suits and then go Great Flat almost instantly. So they're going to rely on the fact they got 2 daggers here. So Ekaz is just going to go Wealth as expected. Paul is going to Signet Ring to Carthag? No one's putting any troops yet, by the way. Everyone waiting to see what the Baron does. Paul has to get in first. Finds Windfall. Not bad to get this early. That's nice. Get up to your Swordmaster a little quicker. Just one troop in. Baron's got both daggers here, but has a miserable hand. I guess Baron's just got to go ahead and just, like, go Basin or something here. It's a real bad spot. You just got to go Basin, put 2 troops in, and let the daggers kind of carry you here. In just, it's a bad hand. But if you put in both troops, though, it's a bit awkward, because you also want to save for Master Stroke next round. So I might just put in the 1 and let the daggers do the trick here. It will be good for at least a spice. They're going to put in both, so Master Stroke will not be able to be activated right away. They're going to have to wait for that. Beast will surely... Beast has to go Arakeen now. I don't think they're going Basin. They could go Basin, but Hardy Warriors is still sitting there, and Ekaz could go there, and I think will go there. So I think Beast probably has to go Arakeen and draw, which isn't a bad thing. I think I would be going Arakeen most of the time here. And does. Finds Dune. Put in at least 3, maybe 4. I think it's kind of, you've got to put in at least 3 here. Obviously, you don't want Ekaz getting the win here, so 3 is interesting, but you probably have to, whoops. So, a bit early there from Ekaz, so now Beast knows that he's got diplomacy, so you've got to, I think you've got to put in the 4 and just, 3's fine. So Hardy Warriors it is. So they're going to tie. But Ekaz has no swords. So, yeah, they're just going to tie up here. So no bump for anyone. It's going to be 2 spice apiece for Beast and Ekaz. Beast will be happy with that. Beast is going to have spy satellites available to them, but they have no way to get there. All their daggers are out of their hands, so they need to redraw for it. Paul has a reveal of 6. I think Satellite Band's got to be the card here. Satellite Band is so good. Real strong card, especially for Paul. Of course, he can draw more cards, so he's less impacted by the discarding. Baron's going to reveal for 2. And I think should probably just go get, like, could go Recruiter, I guess. Could go Liaison, I don't hate. I think either's fine. A couple of swords. Beast is going to reveal for 3. I imagine he's going to pick up Bene Gesserit's sister. And then Ekaz is going to reveal for 4 and probably Fremenkamp. As assuming no other big cards come off, which can definitely happen. Another Fremenkamp there, so yeah. Recruiter, I think, is okay for Baron. I don't hate it. Beast will pick up Bene Gesserit's sister, I would imagine. And then Ekaz is probably going to take a Fremenkamp if it's still sitting there. Beast is going to be very overjoyed to see that there's no daggers in Ekaz's hand here. You need to zoom in a little bit sometimes to get hold of that. It's a little tricky. Well, other memory turns up instead. Ekaz will be taking that instead, I would imagine. And they do. So that is that. So combat is going to resolve. 2 spice for Doom. 2 spice for Poppa G. A spice for J. And that's going to be moving on from there. So everyone gets a ton of spice, and we'll see how things move on. But I think Doom is going to immediately punt for... The fact he made a point of trying to get hold of 2 spice there, I think tells me Doom is going to go... He's going to try and get the spice satellites ASAP here. But spice everywhere here. Bull Trades is going to have to make this work. Bull's going to have a pretty bad hand here. Finds another convincing, which I guess is fine. So, Baron is up first. Some players do is they like put all their cards down in a row. It's like, I don't really believe in that. It also makes it harder as a commentator to see what the hell they're intending to do, but whatever. Anyway, so Baron's up first. So Baron cannot Master Stroke due to the fact that he hasn't got enough troops in. So he's just going to go Fold Space and then reassess it. Baron's got to just kind of chill here. Got the 2 spice. You could Fold Space and go Selective. I don't hate it. And there goes the deck searching. It has begun. Baron's just going to smuggle up here. Interesting. So happy to give up the Fold Space. Curious. Well, that's going to make things a little funky. By the way, Beast finds the dagger, by the way. So we'll be able to get back to finding The can get spy satellites right away and probably has to. But he might have to go fold space first now, so it's a little funky. Baron just caches the Solari. I don't hate it. Don't hate it. Baron giving up shipping for now, which I think is fine. If you don't draw any of your faction access first time, I don't totally hate it. Especially if you don't get there. So Beast's already in a little bit of a weird spot. You kind of have to go fold space, it feels like. But yellow's used both their faction cards, so they can't go there. The only person that can still get the fold space, funnily enough, is the Baron. No one else can get there. So he probably has to go fold space now. But as it turned out, he could have waited. So, Spice for ECAS. Beast has got to get involved in Spice Satellites immediately, right? And ECAS is trying to get the swords together. Trying to get some Bene Gesserit up and coming. Sidene in the next round. Is the next card here. Pretty big. Beast has got to go Spice Satellites. You can't let ECAS have that. It's pretty good for Beast anyway, so... Does Paul want to draw his next card? I don't remember what it was. And he does want to draw his next card. Oh, it was a convincing argument. Okay, so a ton of persuasion again, so that's pretty nice. He will be able to see. Satellite Ban is next. Pretty nice. Baron up. Is Baron just going to go Wealth here? I guess Baron's just going Wealth here, with the intention of getting his Swordmaster ready next round. Yep, looks like he's just going to do that. I don't hate this at all. I think this is fine. 4 to buy as well, so he can get hold of Sidena, or landing rights has also turned up, so a lot of potential. Beast is surely going tech negotiation here, right? Oh, you're going to let ECAS have spy satellites. Oof. Demand respect is found. Oh my goodness me. Well, that's huge. The problem is, it's kind of impossible to win. Paul has a look at the Beast's discard. So, yeah, Beast can't win this, and Beast knows he can't win this. Obviously, Paul can't look at the discard because there's only one card there, so nothing for there. Spy Satellite's taken by that, and I think Beast had to get in the way of that. I'm a little surprised he's just letting ECAS have Spy Satellites immediately. He just kind of just cocoons now. Doesn't do a lot and just trashes and just buys spice in the occasional combat, so... I think Beast had to get in the way of that one. I don't think that was the right call, but that's arguable. You know, either way. So Paul's going to win the combat here. He gets a free action. I mean, he's just going to pick up some spice? Yeah, why not pick up some spice, I guess. You could reveal earlier, though, and get, like, Sidena and something and deny that, but they're going to get hold of the spice. Put in an extra troop. I don't know why they put in an extra troop. That's really unnecessary. No one else can act. No one. There was intrigues, but I don't think anyone's taken this alliance from you, so that was a bit of a waste of a troop, but whatever. 4 to buy for Jay. People see shipping. People take shipping. We're going to have 3 for the Beast, who's surely taken Sidena. And does. 3 for ECAS, who's just going to take a liaison. And then 4 for Paul, who... I don't know what Paul wants to do here. Fremenkamp's probably fine. Oh, ECAS had 4. My apologies. All right, Fremenkamp and Fremenkamp again here. Would imagine. Spy Smuggler is the next card. Not a big deal. So, that is all that is resolved there. Doom having a look here before decks get shuffled. Some people do that pretty early. Trying to hide their information. So, Paul takes the win. Trashes a dagger. We're going to move on here. Doom will hold on for demand respect later. That's going to be pretty nice. Doesn't find... has no access to fold space. Kaz's hand is a bit awkward. Paul's got all sorts of options. He's got almost too many options here. Baron's got, obviously, his Swordmaster, which he's definitely a want. Landing rights in hand. A Recruiter in hand here. Could be a real problem for the Beast here. Red Beast is considering mentatting here. Also considering selective breeding. It's not a bad spot to selective breed while all your cards are available, so I don't hate it. Depends what you want to do with your 4 spice. It's the only faction access you got. Like, you would have liked... Conspire actually wouldn't even been that bad for Beast here, but doesn't have access to it. I think we're going to see Mentat. Also, Minimic Film is also there, and you want to kind of keep that away from Ikaz. Ikaz's Spice Act to Minimic is, like, really super dangerous. So, it's an interesting spot for Doom. How do you want to pivot here? Ikaz is just going to cocoon and, you know, from a spectator's point of view, it's not going to be the most interesting game in the world, I hate to say. But we'll see. Might be forced out of that shell. Still surprised Beast didn't take Spice Satellites and leave that for Ikaz. I'm kind of surprised. So. See what Beast wants to do. Paul is going to get first access. But the thing is, the weird thing is for Paul, he's going to get first access to, instead of shipping, but it's like, you know, it is what it is. We'll see what Beast wants to do. Beast wants to win the combat, so he can get demand respect off. So that's why he's just going to barrel into Carthag and just put some troops in. Oh my goodness me. Finds to the victor on top of demand respect. That's huge. Wow, what a find. Ikaz will take Minimic. So Ikaz just getting ready just to completely turtle here. Paul will go shipping. See what Baron wants to go ahead and take. Didn't have to go for Swordmaster yet. Bags of time. I actually wouldn't mind seeing Baron, like, even Mentatting here. Given it's Arakeen and there's money in the combat, I would like to see, I wouldn't mind seeing a Mentat here. I wouldn't be against it. Recruiter, you know, you don't have to play Recruiter. And especially, like, Beast is, like, gone in pretty heavy here. So I think Recruiter doesn't need to be played. Well, of course, if you Mentat, then the odds are you might not get your Swordmaster. Well, you wouldn't be getting your Swordmaster yet anyways, but that's just me. I try and, like, min-max it, and I get punished for that sometimes. The way it goes. So, let's see what Baron wants to do. Recruiter it's going to be. So, they must go Arakeen then. This is the problem. They've only got one city space left, so hence they're getting landing rights in instead, which is the better pick here. Got to start getting that going as much as possible. So, Arakeen it must be. They get a bump on the shipping. Fine Dune Desert Planet. I mean, I think that's fine. It's kind of not really doing a whole lot here. You're going to have a pretty decent hand next round, so that's good. Ikaz wanted to get involved here and start getting some action out of these swords. He's not going to be able to do that now unless he goes specifically Fremenkamp. So, Ikaz a little annoyed by that. Back to the Beast. Can you see what Beast wants to do here? Beast, in a way, doesn't want to, like, Mentat right now. Wouldn't be ideal. He was considering Bene Gesserit and going selective, and I don't hate it. He's got to make sure he wins this combat, which is why he's going to Mentat here for protection. And he can always like, go selective breeding. Oh, he's picked up fold space, so he might just use that instead. Huh. That also gives him the chance to conspire here as well if he wants to. Which I don't hate. He's got, like, boat 2 water here. So he might be in a good position to conspire and then still get to Great Flat next round if Paul doesn't take any more water, which Paul won't be able to do because he's going shipping. So there's actually a great spot here for Beast to conspire, get a load of money together, mine Great Flat, get 6 spice again. He's going to have to the victor as well, so he's going to have a lot of options here. So I feel this is actually a good spot for conspiring, but he might not agree. I mean, given the fold space, I think this is a good spot. So Ikaz is just going to smuggle. Ikaz, not a lot ready to do here. Got thwarted by cities. A little unlucky, maybe, but, I mean, it's the way it goes. Paul has to draw, which Paul doesn't want to draw, but he must do so. There's no way of getting them out drawing. So he won't see any of his diplomacy or satellite ban for a while, which is unfortunate for him. Baron will Swordmaster. Baron won't mind going Imperial Basin just to pick up some loose money and spice here. So we'll see. So does he conspire? I think this is a great spot for it. And he does. Good move there from Doom. I really like this. Gives you lots of flexibility next round. Wow, look, that's 7 persuasion, by the way. It's a big, big find. There could be some big cards come off here. That could be really nice. Refocus if you want even more. That's worked out really nicely. So this is a real good spot for Doom here. Picking up to the victory and demand respect early is also kind of insane. 4 to buy for Ekaz. All those swords going to waste. So second Fremen camp might well take. I would consider it, but the problem is you're going to have a load of green of access. So goes for Charney. Oh, they had 5. My apologies with Minimix. So Charney taken. Paul with 3. Voice seems pretty good. I don't think I'll be taking anything else here. Paul declines to take the voice. What? Wow. Wow. Alright, so Baron is going to go base in here. So this is a great result for Baron. You know, one troop, 4 Solari. Great reward here. This is really nice for Baron. Baron's already got his Swordmaster as well, so might see some... You can see what Baron's going to do with the cash. Might influence him to go maybe with Bennett, with the sisters as well. Might find him going to like some Spice Must Flow. I don't hate it. We'll see. So, 7 for Baron. He will not use the swords, surely. He knows he's good. So, what the hell does Beast pick here? Fremen Camp doesn't look bad. Voice is a good card. So, Voice is there. Also a bit of fishing. Missionaria turns up. Not very good here. You could say, oh, Missionary players, great with Voice, but you've got to draw both, and that's kind of tricky. I know, you could do it. So, Missionary is taken. Bounty Hunter also turns up, by the way. It's also another really good card, but declines to take it. So, just kind of not using all of it. Oh, took the swords, apparently. Okay, well, whatever. So... Great times for Beast here. Now, what does Beast want to take the bumps with? Assuming he's double bumping with the shipping, right? The problem is he's not going to get there for a while, so that's a problem. So, 4 to buy for Baron. I think I'd be probably just taking Fremen Camp here. Rose kind of docile. Fremen Camp is just such a solid card. 2 reveal on a sword is great. Could go Bounty Hunter as well. I don't hate it. It helps fun for your Signet Ring, I guess. Bounty Hunter found. Gurney Halleckton's on the road. Hello. That's a exciting card. People are going to want that. Ekaz would very much like that. So just Bounty Hunter. I think that's fine. Takes the 4 Solari. Beast has nothing to play. And then that is going to be that. So Beast gets to the victor and demand respect. It's pretty nice. Feels good. A little bit late on the shipping, unfortunately. It's the way it goes. But is now also confronting this alliance here. Surely he's got to go... has got to go spacing, you would imagine. And it does indeed do so. Makes sense. We'll move on. Alright, so again, this is the great spot for the Beast again. Like, there's 6 Spice at the Great Flat, and it's all his. No one's getting there in front, so... Ekaz is first. Ekaz is just going to surely smuggle to get their money back. Also allows him to maybe get Jessica Rackers back to try and draw a card. So that's all. Poppa G is just going to turtle up here, I would imagine. And he's just going to look to try and... oh, he's going to go Carfag instead. I think I just smuggle and get the Swordmaster here. No reason not to do this. He doesn't even do that. Okay, so Jessica taken back. So yeah, just going to turtle up here. He's going to look to go he's looked to go Hager Basin here to pick up the Spice. Interested to see if Beast gets in the way of that. Beast has options. Paul goes shipping. Paul should be taking holo projectors. One of Paul's best techs. I would be going up and down for this, I think, almost every day. So strong when you know what your top card is. Baron. What does Baron want to do here? Baron wants to kind of start getting into some action. He's looking to get Master Stroke off at some point, though. So, kind of go see what the plan's going to be for Baron. Signet Ring in hand. Obviously very strong. I think Baron, I guess, might go Carfag, I imagine. Ikaz is going to be drawing Jessica and wants to get hold of Gurney Halleck, obviously. So, Baron is going to... Yeah, gets a bump as well. Does, Paul, he kind of wants the fight, I think, spacing, but it's just not realistic. So he concedes spacing to Beast, which is not good for Ikaz. But yeah, Baron's up here. So I think, yeah, Baron's Signet Ring, I don't hate. To probably Carfag, get two intrigues in hand, put some troops in, kind of test the waters a little bit here. You could also go teching. You could maybe go Chow Murky, but I think that's a bit committing at this point. You want to keep your spice for other things here. Could a pivot, like, you could, even if you want to go kind of crazy, you could go, like, Conspiring, but I don't think you'll do that. I think I'd rather take Chow Murky than Conspire now, if you were going to do that. You could even consider going Dreadnoughts if you wanted and just, like, really spice this up. I don't believe Jay is going to go Dreadnoughting here. But that would be pretty interesting. Worth noting as well, so the Masterstroke is, it needs troops. Does not count Dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts do not count for that. So that is something you gotta be cautious of. Carfag it is for the double intrigue draw. Is pretty solid. Can't hate this. Vice Chome shares. Ooh, that's a nice find. Finds Cool the Market. Well, Baron, I think you're being told. I think you're being, told a story here. Ikaz does not find Cool the Market. That is unfortunate for them. If Beast could find their way to take Hager Basin, I'd be like so happy. But they're never going to do it, unfortunately. So, are they going to go... Yeah, they're just going to take the Alliance here. So, Ikaz is going to get what he wants. So, it just takes the Alliance. That lets him get his Swordmaster, which makes sense. Ikaz will go Hager Basin. Paul Atreides has his Fold Space and probably wants to use it. Is Paul going to go Hardy Warriors? I think Hardy Warriors looks fine. Oh, he intercepted the Windfall. Oh, yeah, forgot about that. So, unlucky for Beast. Very unfortunate. Made the right play, though. Can still go Mentat if he wants. And I don't even hate Beast going Mentat here. But you don't really want to draw cards, though. He might just go Steel Suits with Saiyadina, take the point, put the 2 troops in, and call it a day. I don't hate it. We'll see. Ikaz has 8 Persuasion, so we'll be taking Gurney. It doesn't have 9, so no Spice was flow yet. I don't know if they take the Spice. But players going to be really careful of Ikaz here. Really, really careful. Poppa, of course, needs a big result this game. So, anyways, so is Beast going to go... He's just going Wealth? Little passive. I guess he sees Chome shares and figures I've got to trigger this in. But I think if you're going to do that, you probably might as well just Conspire. Don't really like Wealth. I think it's a little passive here. Especially you've got your Masterstroke. Like, obviously you need the water first. So I guess Beast has got to go Saiyadina, right? To Steel Suits. It's 6 Spice in the Great Flat, though. Seems kind of insane to give that up. Doom getting in some tough spots here. And he's going to have to play, like, he sees Poppa just cocooning instantly. And knows that he's going to have to... He's not going to be able to hang about here. Doom's going to have to go at an absolute rate of knots. I don't know, it's a tough one. I don't hate either play, but 6 Spice is 6 Spice, right? Also trying to look to see combat. So he's putting in 2 troops, regardless what he does. That's not changing. I don't know. I mean, giving up 6 Spice. You give up 6 Spice, like... It's kind of weird. So, Paul probably takes it, right? Paul probably goes, like, Steel Suits next round. And then draw, and then just gets in front of you. Like, if you give up the 6 spice, you're never getting there. Do you rather the 6 spice, or do you rather the Sayadina point? It's a tough call. It's a very difficult call here. Don't envy this. Big decision. I think I'd be taking the spice. I think. For everything that it threatens. Obviously, you've got Sayadina. You want to reveal for points and player for points here. But I think with 6 spice, it's just a bit too much. We might see a Mentat here to stall and see what Paul does. But Paul probably goes Steel Suit if you Mentat anyways. So, very tough spot here for Doom. Very tough spot. Taking his time here, but I don't hate taking time here. Like, this is a really big decision. Like, ignoring everything else going on the table here. Again, some players play quick, and Doom, can play pretty quick as well, but this is a real big call here. Whether to take the spice or the Sayadina, it's super close. But I think I go spice. I think everything you can threaten with that. Flagship's on deck as well, and flagship would be really good for you. You could pick that up, and there's extra threats there. Obviously, you threaten Highliner. And also just not letting... If you give Paul that 6 spice, he probably picks up flagship. I think you got to take the spice. I think he will ultimately agree here. But it's a tough call. And I don't blame at all taking time on this decision. I'd be taking time on this. Eventually takes the spice. Right decision. Puts the troops in. Gotta do that. Okay, so Ekaz will reveal for 8. And takes Gurney. Oh, Pillars turns up in the row. That's not a bad card. So, shouldn't Ekaz just gets rid of his, gets rid of convincing there? Curious. Paul up next. So Paul has an action to respond. Paul could go Steel Suits and Hardy Warriors. Steel Suits doesn't look bad anyway still. I know, it's a tricky one for Paul. Does have recon, but you've got to play this to one of the Fremen spots. And I think Hardy Warriors is probably what you got to do here. So we'll barrel in. Don't hate this at all. I think this is the right call. Kind of forced into it, I guess, by the Beast and kind of going for the spice. Forced into it. Drawing whatever it is. It was their liaison, so that's cool. Back to Baron. What does Baron want to do now? Baron's got to start making some decisions here. They've got some decent intrigues. Baron has got to set themselves up for... Has got to go High Council, right? With Core on the market in hand? Yeah, going High Council. Got to start setting up for these Spicemas flows. It's going to be important, especially you see, like, Ekaz. Ekaz is also going to be buying some spice here, so you've got to try and get in front for corner. It's going to be hard to get hold of more Spicemas flows than Ekaz, but you might be able to get 2 and get the bonus point regardless. Beast reveals for 1, doesn't buy. Paul reveals for 5 and does not buy. Paul keeping a really small deck here. I think you got to be buying something. How do you not buy Fremen Camp? Nuts. Beast, not Beast. Baron here with 3. 5 even. With High Council. Similar sort of situation. I think you got to take Fremen Camp here. You're going down Spiceless Flows. I think you got to take Fremen Camp. The 2 persuasion's a little too good here. I think it's the right call. I would be doing this. Don't hate it at all. You'd love 6 for opulence, obviously for Chome shares, and obviously to start reading opulence later on, but you're not there, so... Fremen Camp taken. Treachery turns up here. That's a big card. So, nothing to be played here. Paul will take the victory and a bump. Curious to see where he's going to bump. I guess Fremen? He's going to go Bene Gesserit. That's 2 intrigues. Intrigue and a spice for the Beast, which he won't hate. Paul Trades finds Bindu, which is handy, and Dispatch and Envoy, very strong here. Beast finds Double Cross. That's pretty nice. We're going to move on here. More victory points in the combat here. Carfax the next one. Poppa G does not like seeing all these victory points turning up here. That is bad news for him. He wants it to be a very, very docile sort of game. But they are turning up here. Hurricane also is taken by the flag. So pull up first. You'd imagine it's just going to surely be making their way to sort of shipping. Be their last trip there for a little while. Baron up next. Baron has a... I think Baron's got to smuggle here and set up 4 landing rights. I think that's the play. And does decide to do so. Players will know that he's got landing rights somewhere in his deck. So they'll be conscious of that and keeping an eye on the fact that he is he's ready to deliver that into action. That is dangerous. Back to the Beast here. What does Beast want to do? Beast has got a funky hand. You don't have to go Swordmaster. You're not obliged. Got a lot of options here. What are you doing this? What's the intention? Now you've got all this spice. What are you going to do with it? Do you go flagship? Do you go Chow Murky? Training drones? Training drones looks pretty nice here. It's only round 5, so you're going to get 3 or 4 hits of that. That doesn't feel too bad. Signet Ring's going to be first just to start guaranteeing. Oh, now has an alliance, so does get extra troops with Signet Ring. Curious to see what the first play is going to be. Just going straight Carfax. So just continuing to pile the pressure on. Finds Finesse, by the way. That's a nice find. So just going to continue to pressure the ground here. Ikaz has to go Arakeen. So again, Ikaz just drawing as many cards as he can humanely manage. His 8 has 9 persuasions, has Spice of Slow. So these are pretty all going in, and I think Ikaz is just going to straight reveal here. And he's just going to reveal for the Spice. That looks to be the plan here. Will not be able to compete with Beast. Beast is going to win it. So, Satellite Band still suits there. We'll discard for the resources. So, loads of water for Paul. Pretty nice. No troops to put in, which is fine. Back to Baron. Baron's only got 2 city spots here. And guess what? He can't visit any of them. This is unlucky for Baron here. Baron must reveal. There's nowhere for him to go. He doesn't have siege access. He doesn't have the water for research stations. So this is really unlucky for Baron that both city spots have gone here. Very unfortunate. Not much you can do here. Just gonna reveal, get hold of treachery, and call it a day. Nothing to do. Unlucky. It happens. I would be picking treachery over opulence anyway. So unlucky for Baron. He'll just have to smuggle next round and just do it the old-fashioned way. So, he has 8 persuasion, by the way. I lie. Wait, Baron's got 9! 2, 4, 6, 8. He does have 9! Wow! Spice was flow, then. You got cool on the market. Okay, that's not a bad... It's not actually that bad at all, then. Yeah, take the spice... Just take the Spice was flow. You got cool on the market. You got to do it, mate. Be insane not to. Spice's flow it is. There's an acquire button, buddy. It's there. You can see it. There's no reason to do anything else here. You've got to just take the Spiceless Flow, bank the point, and get Paul on the market halfway there. You're unlucky that you were gonna make actions here. Make the best of it. Spiceless Flow. There's no reason not to do this. Gotta be doing this, Jay. Gotta be doing this. Oh no, they're getting tempted by treachery here. Oh, you got corner. I think you just gotta do it. Oh, if you don't pick the Spice of now, you gotta find 2 more in this game. It's round 5. Wow, and treachery is taken. Wow. Wow. That was surprising. Wow. I don't think that's the right move. I have to call it as I see it, kids. I don't think that's the right pick. I think you gotta take the spice there. I think he's regretting his choice. Maybe hoping for a better card to come off below, but it was never likely. So I think that is, I think that's the wrong call there, unfortunately, from Jay. Might disagree. I think you just got to bank that point. Treachery's, you know, your deck's kind of big-ish anyways. You might not even see it. So, Swordmaster for Beast. I actually would have been tempted to go Mentat there, by the way. Ekaz has to reveal for the spice, right? Like, there's nowhere he can, unless he goes Tech Negotiation specifically with, like, his Signet Ring. It's the only thing he can do to maintain. So, I guess he's going Chow Murky, which he does. More bad news for Beast. 2 more Intrigues isn't great. Shuttle Fleet turns up the next tech. Ekaz finds War of Life, which is a point at some point, and Machine Culture, which is a point. Oh, that's dirty. What a ridiculous draw for Poppa. That is gross. That's basically 2 victory points pulled there. That's so brutal to pull Machine Culture when you've already got the free techs. That is savage. That's the way it goes. So Paul plays Bindu. He might as well just he's just trying to find something, obviously. Just drawing through. Going to let the breeding anyway, so he's just trying to get a Spiceless Flow here, I guess. I mean, I just trash the Doom. Call it a day. And he does decide to do so. Gets the draw free. And that is good for Spice. So, plenty of Spice going here. Paul, to be fair, has done well to get 6 points at this point. He's done very well here. This is good stuff. Paul playing pretty nice his sword. I still can't believe Baron Harkonnen didn't take the Spice. Really astonished. There's going to be potentially 3 players taking Spice Flow here. We might have run out of Spice. It's very possible. There's only 10 in the game. If he run out of Spiceless Flows, you can't buy any more. And we've had this happen before. We had, you know, the so-called Pidge rule, where the 10th Spice got bought, but someone had trashed one and hadn't put it back in the reserve pile. Was pretty unfortunate. So Baron is just going to hit Highliner here. Just getting troops in. Obviously, you have to get in the way of... you got to put in at least 5, right? I'd be thinking 5 absolute minimum. You've got Finesse as well. 6 I don't hate. I wouldn't put in any more. 6 is plenty. But 5 minimum. Oh, he put them all in. Oh, damn. Doom, I didn't like that. You got double cross anyways. And you know Charney's a thing as well. Yeah, mistake there from Doom. Don't know why he put in those last 2. That was a mistake. 6 was plenty. So that's a real commitment to troops for not a lot of reason. Spiceman's Flow for Ekaz. Spiceman's Flow for Paul. Surely. You got 9. Like, I don't see any reason to not buy Spice. Opulence is a good card, but, like, I think I just take the Spice. You don't have any... You got no Solari in hand, Paul. You can't be going Opulence. Just take the point and call it a day. Yeah, completely the right choice. And yeah, so unfortunately, I wonder if Beast is going to double cross Ekaz out of this combat. Oh, he doesn't! Oh, I would have done that. I would have so double crossed him out of this combat. And punished him. Oh. He gets advanced weaponry, which is also kind of scary. I would have honestly double crossed him and punished him there and got him completely out of that combat. But never mind. It is what it is. So round 6. Desert Power is the next combat here. Baron has got a lot of work to do in this one. Baron's hand is curious. Beast finds Voice. Ekaz finds Gurney again. More victory points in the combat. Oh, why did Doom put in so many? Oh, I really did not like that at all. That was just, oh. I don't know. Didn't like that. And now he's got a lot of intrigues, and now your life is going to be made difficult here, so, you know. Doom might well regret that, not being able to put any pressure on, and now it's going to be reliant on Baron to keep Ekaz out of this fight, and that's going to prove to be very difficult. Very, very difficult here. So Baron up first. Baron still has not got Master Stroke off, by the way. They have no water for Hardy Warriors. Signet Ring first. Don't hate it. This is going to be funding. He's just going to get his this in now. I don't hate this. I think this is fine. So gets his intrigue. He will come down. Makes sense. Where do you want to take the bump? Do you just go bump it with the Emperor and just go for that alliance? I don't even hate it. The safer play would be to take it with Bene Gesserit or the Spacing Guild, but I would not actually hate going Emperor and kind of daring someone to challenge you for it. So he's going to take the cash, obviously, to help pay for Chome shares as required. They can pay for the intrigue if they haven't done so already. If they don't use their ring ability, I can't tell them. So Chome shares is the point. And then it's up to him to see what's going on here. Does he remember to use his ring? He does indeed. Good. So, gets another intrigue to replace. I would have looked at it first, being honest, but hey. Finds Charisma. Oh, man. How did you not buy that Spice Must Flow last round, man? Oh, brutal. Alright, so Beast is up here. Beast surely wants the voice. Curious to see what Beast... From his, I want to almost leave the voice till later. But we'll see. So he's going to obviously take the 2 bumps. What do you block? Mentat? He's going to block the Spice. Good move there, actually. I like that. Keep that away from Ekaz. Ekaz obviously just going to get troops in. But you want to protect that. That Spice is going to be good for you. Yeah, this is the problem now. So... yeah, this is where it gets awkward now for players. Ekaz is probably going to win this combat, and then it's like, what do you do now? We'll see. Paul Atreides up. Paul's got a million options with his holo projectors. He's got dispatch, tons of choices. Finds satellite ban again. No troops in garrison though is a bit awkward. Throne Alliance is there to take, though. Dude is the next card. Secret could just get you the Bene Gesserit and get you 2 intrigues. I don't hate it. Everyone's intrigued up. So, you know, there's options here. Don't have to play Satellite Ban, necessarily. But, like, its reveal's not doing a lot for you. You kind of want to get another Spice Must Flow, but you can't get Mentat. You've got Spice for Selective. Is he just going to Hardy Warrior? I think he's going to Hardy Warrior this. I really don't know why he's shaking this card around. It's kind of nauseating. I mean, Desert Power is a great comment for this, and you're going to get your water back anyways, minimum. I would honestly just hit this in Garrison. If you're going to do it. I actually wouldn't even deploy. Like, it's one of those weird turns you don't really have a lot to do. I would probably just go Satellite Ban and just go, like, Secrets. Or Secrets, or whichever way around. Whatever you want. You've got an extra turn. Just hit factions and just make progress. Get that Bene Gesserit alliance. Call it a day. You could go Satellite Ban to get the Spice, which then funds your selective breeding. You know? Both alliances are there for the taking. You've got to push these while you still can. Before someone thinks, oh, I might have a piece of this. Got to get in front here. I think that's what I'd do, is I'd probably Hardy Warriors Satellite Ban, garrison the troops, wait for next round, although it depends if you think you're going to have much context here. No, he's going to do it this way round with Hager Basin, and he's going to draw that way. Okay, then. I mean, I guess you could also do that. Dagger next, not what he wanted to see. He's trying to desperately find a Spice Must Flow is what he's doing. Back to the Baron. So Baron's got Diplomacy and has got Bounty Hunter. Baron's the only person that can realistically fight here. I think Baron's just going to go Steel Suits. Makes logical sense. Get the water, get the bump, get 2 troops in. and kind of work it from there. And then you have got Bounty Hunter to cause some fun later on here. You got both daggers as well, so you're going to feel kind of obliged. You can always, like, go to Savfk with your Bounty Hunter, which I don't hate. That'd be pretty good. You could find some fun stuff. Ambush, Private Army, you know, lots of fun stuff here. But the table needs red to win this combat, basically. If Ekaz just wins this and blows this over, real problem. Ekaz has a lot of strength, so I don't think he's going to be missing this. Oh, no. Oh, Ekaz is just... Wow, Baron's just going to let Ekaz have this. He's like, okay, whatever. And he does find Private Army. Oh, no. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. So, it takes the bump. I don't hate it. But that's bad news for Doom. Doom did not like seeing that. Ugh, great. So he's going to get a point here. Ekaz is going to be at 3+3 minimum with Chow Murky, which is pretty uncomfortable. He'll take the spice, you would imagine. And does. I don't know what he's doing next, though. We'll see. So, Steel Suit's taken for Ekaz. Might as well. Just getting some water, given obviously to pay for Water of Life. I expect he might even do it now just to get the Spiceman's Flow. Paul, not happy to see the secrets. Yeah, it's had sisters, so you can get it, but, you know, just go selective breeding, you know? Just go selective breeding, doesn't matter. You might find Spiceman's Flow key. It's very hard to find Spiceman's Flow. Bump gives Master Tactician, not doing a lot. These cards go back on the reserve. If I got a quarter for every time I told someone in this game, they go back. Wow. Unlucky. Fine. So Convincing's with a back 2 cards and Dagger in front. So that's pretty unfortunate. And I don't think there's any way for Paul to draw here. So Baron comes up with the Bounty Hunter. Wants the cash, so he'll go Arakeen instead. I think we still would have gone Carfab, but whatever. Finds Recruiter, but he can't win. Well, I mean, he might be tempted here. So this is where it gets interesting. So Baronika's going to have 6 strength, +3 for 9, plus Private Army for 14. Ekaz is going to have 14 strength, plus anything he draws at War Life if he draws Water of Life. I wonder if Baron is going to be tempted into putting all 3 troops in here. Doesn't have to. But with so many swords, I'd be very tempted. It's just going to put in the 2. So, just protecting from double cross as it's going to how it's turn out here. If he'd have gone all in as well, Beast would have double crossed as well, and that would have been so bad news. So Doom getting a little bit unlucky here, I think, with the way the table's going. I think he needs a little bit more help from red and blue to combat yellow, and he's not really getting it. He's not obliged to get it by any stretch of imagination, but this is not what Beast wanted. If Baron had gone all in, I think Beast would happily have double crossed yellow to try and stop them from winning this combat. They recognize the danger here. So, but the interesting thing of this is that Ekaz might not use Water of Life now. I think they're still going to use Water of Life, but although they have the money for Opulence, they might just go for that. And then who knows? Maybe Beast, maybe there's a way that Baron ends up winning this regardless. Recruit mission found. Not bad. Don't hate it, I guess. Not great for Beast, but better than nothing. I mean, I'd just be playing Recruit mission now and just kind of getting it out of the way. It's not doing a lot. You could also use Finesse to get like another point. It's going to put it in here. War of Life is coming. Because he has to find the Spiceless Flow, I guess. Secrets is safe. Unless someone has, like, specifically Paul has Infiltrate of Secrets, which is very unlikely. And I don't see why they do it anyway. So War of Life played. Draws 3. No more swords. It is Spiceless Flow. Wow. Well, well, well. This could be most interesting. If Beast can find the double cross, Baron can tie this combat. Whoa! Whoa! Ekaz! Ekaz! I don't think Poppa you can trash. You've got here and Steel Suits, right? They just saw that there. I get the coordination stuff wrong as well, so. So yeah. But yeah, so Ekaz is down to 10 strength. Baron's gonna have 3 swords. He's gonna private armor. He's gonna take this victory here. Oh my goodness. So Ekaz, that retreat is gonna cost him a point here. That's bad news. That's a little brave retreating the troops there. I think you've got to... I don't know. I think you've got to be taking that point there and making sure of it. And suddenly, 3 swords. And Ekaz is like, oh, he does have advanced weaponry. But if Based double crosses yellow here, it will be a tie. It will be a tie. So this is going to be fascinating. Does Beast double cross yellow? Does Beast double cross yellow here? Oh, he doesn't. Oh. Ekaz will take the point. It's going to cost him advanced weaponry, but he will take the point there. I think Beast will see this and think, there was a chance. But alas, not to be. So... going into the tier 3s, Paul is in the lead with 7, Beast with 5, Ekaz with 5+3 for the spy satellites, and Baron with a couple, with 4. I call on the market as well. Yeah. Oh no, that Baron didn't even use private army, just passed. Wow, so Baron just lets it go. Fascinating. All right then, so here we go. Paul Jay's got opulence as they picked it. Which well, he's got it now. So refocus played to draw a card for the Beast here. Tier 3's on the way. Imperial Basin is up as the first combat here. So Beast is just going to highline, I guess, immediately. Officially, yes, although yeah. We believe officially, yes. Yeah, there's a question, obviously, with this. Shuffling discard pile into deck. We believe you still have to shuffle your deck. That's the what we're going here. So, it has a load of swords. Saiyadina in hand. Missionary in hand. Steel Suits has to be the opening play, right? It's got to be Steel Suits, hasn't it? You've got no access to Highliner, so you've got a Saiyadina here, right? You've no Fremen Bond. Gets you 2 points. Gets you to 7. So Saiyadina it is. Couple of points. Feels good. So Ekaz is up. Ekaz is just gonna close the doors here. Just draw and draw. Research station. Just draw cards. That's all they're gonna do. With Gurney, preferably, if they can. Paul is up here. Paul's going to be very concerned about the fact that Ekaz has 5+3 here. Paul has no endgames currently. Paul Atreides has been given instead of shipping, though, by Beast, who didn't go there. Because they had to go to Saiyadina, so Paul's going to get the money here for opulence, which is huge. Down and up? I don't think I bother with any of the texts. Like, Shuttle Fleet, you need the cash for opulence, so it's just down and up. Take the... Whoa, he's going to take training drones? So, 8th point there. Is he really taking Shuttle Fleet? No! Wow, doesn't use opulence. That's kind of insane. Wow, didn't expect that. Did not expect that at all. I guess just bump Fremen, I guess. Wow. I'm amazed went for Shuttle Fleet and not just taking the cash for opulence. You could have got an extra ship in as well. Where are you going to get the money now? I mean, you can't generate it. There's no way you can get the money. You can't go conspiring. Unless he's going to go Great Flat Conspire. That must be what he's intending to do here. But Ekaz might get there first. Like, Ekaz probably going Research Station. I think that's Paul's plan here. He's going to go Great Flat Conspire to get the money back for Opulence. And I tell you what, that would get him to 10 points. Paul Atreides is trying to end this game right now. That's what Paul Atreides is going for here. Great Flat for 6 spice. Opulence gets him the extra bump with the Emperor, gets him to 9. Opulence itself gets him to 10. He goes over diplomacy or whatever. So this is it for Paul. Paul trying to end the game now. Big moment. And if he ends the game now, he is currently ahead of Ekaz. Ekaz has 5 plus 3 plus machine culture for 1. So that's only 9. If Beast wins this combat, Ekaz is in serious trouble. Baron finally finds the troops in here. That gets Masterstroke off. Eventually. So we'll get a Fremen and the spacing bump. So gets a point for spacing, which is good. And also gets the bump for the Fremen. This is forced. You can't not do it. You must do it. So bump there, which is nice. He can't do much with that, unfortunately. Private army in hand as well for Ekaz here. So this is going to get very interesting. Baron might play spoiler here. Beast is just going to go like Missionaria, right? And get like his Emperor bump. He's going to go Mentat first. Little dangerous, this. So Missionaria played. Only way they could get there. Gurney found, but too late. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not a Spice Must Flow. It's only 6, 7. It's not enough. Ekaz is not there. Here comes the... Oh, wait, what did Paul Atreides do? Oh, he just went straight well. Oh, no! Oh, Paul Atreides has missed it. Oh, Paul Atreides! It was there! Great Flat Conspire would have got you the win! How are you finding the point now, though? Where's it coming from? Oh, Paul Atreides! Oh, he's missed it, surely. And that could well have been the game. I don't see how Paul's going to recover now. I don't see it. What's he got? He can't get 2 bumps for the Fremen, for the Emperor anymore. Oh, no. Oh, that's a horrible miss for Paul. That's brutal to see. That could cost him the match. I don't think there's a way out of this now. Ekaz could get very fortunate here. Baron's just going to go tech negotiation. Not a lot else to do. Training drone's taken for extra firepower. Baron could still well spoil Ekaz's party here. Couple of spice that will take. Private army still in hand. Only 2 spice for that. Tech negotiation is yeah. I have to tell him that it's how it works. So huge for that there, but Baron needs to find his way to Imperial Basin. If that gets blocked, he can't deploy. Oh, Paul Atreides. Paul Atreides, it was there. The game was in the grasp, but it's been missed, and I just do not see how he's going to win this now. I don't see it. I guess he's going to go selective breeding and try and win it by Spice Must Flow. If he can find that, he's also good. But Beast could spoil that. Beast might go there first. Is this going to conspire for a Poppa G win? I think it might. If Paul Atreides doesn't win this on this round, he's going to look this back and be disgusted. So Beast up here. What on earth does Beast do? Beast is just... He can get the point from the Emperor whenever he wants. Missionaria can be used, obviously, for a bump as well. I don't think he can get... He can get both. If he uses Bene Gesserit's sister to the secrets, and then he can use Missionaria for a bump and Finesse to get away from the Emperor for the other bump. He can get 2 points, gets him to 9. He's got Recruit and Mission, but he's got very little intrigue, very little persuasion. I think Doom's going to have to just take the 2 points. I do not see how he can get any more. He could go maybe like Dreadnought into his Spaceport, but I don't even think that helps at all. My Council's no good either. I think that's all that he's got here. I think that's what I'd be doing. Probably Secrets or Selective Breeding. And then Missionaria and Finesse gets you the points. And it gets you both. I think that's 9. The fees he's trying to look, is there any way he can get to 10? I don't see it. I do not see it at all. If Beast goes Selective Breeding, Paul Atreides will be sick when he sees this. I hope for his sake he doesn't. But it feels the most obvious thing to do, right? Spice Tiebreak is also going to be considered here. This is very close. You feel this is possibly the final round. Paul does not have High Council. Beast can't get there anyways. Beast trying to find any way to get hold of 3 victory points here, but I just don't see it's on. Looks kind of impossible. Unless you somehow got both Selective Breeding in Arakeen and drew, like, convincing, and some other card that you bought had 2 Persuasion, which I don't even know if you did. So, I think Doom is kind of stuck at 9. Doom also concerned about the combat here, but he has no troops. There's not a lot he can do here. Tough spot, but I think this is what you got to do. Oh, he goes Missionaria first. So Paul Atreides is gonna have the opportunity to get to Selective Breeding and might be able to recover here. Beast does not get in the way. Infiltrate found. Oh, but maybe he's considering going Highliner. Highliner is still an option. Oh, that'd be pretty savage. Crew mission has to be played now. They've got to take a bump. Crew mission's not doing anything. They've obviously got to take a bump. Yep, so get the point. Doesn't matter. So, Ikaz just reveals, not enough for Spice Must Flow. That is brutal. And you know what the savage part of this is? If Baron had managed to find a couple of Spice Must Flows, Corner Market might actually pick off here because Ikaz's been trashing all his Spice Must Flows here. Poor Atreides has to go Selective Breeding. Oh, he didn't have any of the Spice! Oh, he didn't have the Spice! Of course he spent it by going... He never went to Great Flat, he never got the Spice. Oh, man. So Capital is going to be sick when he sees this. And now where's he getting his 10th point? Oh, no. Oh. Oh, man. This is really kind of brutal to see. And now Paul has got nothing. He's got nothing. Oh. Wow. Feels horrendous for Sword here. I really do. But I don't see a way out of this situation now. I think he's made his bed and now he's gonna have to lie in it. And it ain't gonna feel good. If Sword had won this game, qualification would have been nearly guaranteed. He would have topped the table with 1 game to play. But I don't think he can do it now. I think this was the chance, and it has been missed. Baron was going to play spoiler. And it would have let Paul Atreides win this game, which I can't hate to see. But now he's going to have to do it in the next round and give even more chance players to catch up here. Hat in this round. I don't see how Paul wins this anymore now. He isn't going to be able to win the combat. He's going to convince himself he's got to go Hardy Warriors here and put troops in and hope Master Tactician gets him over the line. He's going to convince himself that's what he's got to do. Baron Harkonnen, by the way, is going to buy Spice Must Flow here this round. And if he had bought a Spice Must Flow instead of Treachery earlier, he would now have Corner of the Market both activated and have 2 in-game points. As a result, he has neither. In fact, he might have one because Ekaz has been trashing a lot of them. He might not have it. I don't know if it's even there. I'm not entirely sure, but he would have both activated now. So Paul just goes mining now. It's too late. Disaster for Paul here. This is really, really brutal. Can he recover? I don't know. I don't think so. But we're going to have to go back to this turn here, and I'm going to have to tell him that the game was in his grasp. I wonder if he spotted it and realized he could have gone Conspire. It's always Conspire. Conspire is always the hardest one to find. The hardest space in the game to find victories from. Oh, Baron, no! Oh, Baron has Spice Must Flow! Oh, no! He kind of has to, I guess, because Beast has got highliners. Oh, no. And Beast has to go all in because he needs to win the game. Is the Beast going to win here? And the insane thing is, I think what it would have worked out, like if Paul had gone Conspiring after Great Flat, he would have had at least 2 Spice in his hand. He could have used Satellite Baron Dispatch to discard to get some extra Spice back, and he probably would have beaten Beast on Tiebreaker on Spice. Man. Beast has got to go Highliner now, right? He's going to convince himself he's got to go Highliner, sure. If he Highlines and wins, the game's over. Baron had a chance to play a combat intrigue in the previous round and declined. This might dupe him into thinking that he doesn't have it. And he might think Finesse is good. Or he might find his way to Secrets and Finesse and just take the point. That's what he's got to do. But is he going to find another trip to Highliner? Very difficult. Diplomacy's in his hand now. You can guarantee a point. Do you gamble for 2? You've got double cross. You can use that on Baron. I think he has to go for it, right? Get in your troops, that's 12 strength. Double cross is 14. Finesse is 16, although you probably still have to use it, right? Or you wouldn't be using it, you'd be using it for swords. You'd have, what, 19 strength? 7 troops and 5 swords? 19 strength you'd think would be good. Beast might win this game. Highland, I think, does the job. I think gets him over the line. Just. Double cross is a 4 sword swing against an opponent of your choice. Like you've just got to do it here. It's a gamble. You've no idea what the Baron's got. I would have no idea what the Baron's got. Like at this stage, I wouldn't have a clue what he's got in his hands. But it would be enough. I'm pretty sure. 6 troops for 12. Double cross red. You'd be at 14. Red would be at 12. You got 3 swords in hand. Baron would private army to Titan. Finesse would get you to 10 points. I think what Beast is also trying to work out is 10 points enough? The answer is yes. Spy satellites for 3. Machine culture for 1 gets Ekaz to 9. Chalmurki is not good enough here. I gotta say, if Poppa G wins this game, it will be by some sheer alignment of the gods. 2 players could have won this game. If neither of them takes it here, it's insane. Doom thinking it through. But what else do you do here, though? That's the problem. You're not getting Spice Must Flow. I think you got to gamble here. You won your first game. You can afford to take a chance. You win 2 from 2. You're looking good for qualification already. It's there to be made. Doom had a... The thing is, I think maybe Doom is slightly bitten. Back to the Imperium Cup. Doom ran hideously. There was a situation where he didn't make a play for like a Trump directorship and he got stolen. It absolutely crippled his game. And it really bugged him that he let that happen. It was brutal. There was nothing he could do about it. But this is entirely in his own hands here. If he can just find Highliner and just believe he's good, he wins the match. But he's taken so long to do it now. I'm not sure he's going to do it. I think he's talking himself out of this. I think he's thinking Secrets is a point. If Baron wins, we've got another round, and he targets the next combat, but he's so hard for him to get the Highliner again. And now Paul's got 6 Spice. Paul could have Recall and could barrel in here. You're the one with Infiltrate. Like, what else could you possibly do here? You can't buy Flagship. High Council's not helping. You can't ship. You have no smuggling access. Sense of Breeding, you're not getting the Spice Must Flow. Conspire... You could Conspire and take the Alliance, but it's the same thing as the Bene Gesserit. You're only getting 1 point that way. I don't see what else you can do here. I think it has to be Highliner. Doom well and truly in the tank here. We have been here for a few minutes. Not the longest tank we've ever had. It was a tank from it was Badger in one of the previous group games. It was a little over 8 minutes. I did not show all that on the video. But Doom deep in the tank here. Doom's had a tough game. Like, Doom has had some really tricky decisions to make. So I do, you know, the Sayadina Spiceful, I think was pretty tough as well. It's really difficult. Like, you've got 19 strength. And you have no idea if Baron's got Allied Armada. It feels silly, but wouldn't you have used Allied Armada in the previous fight? That's the thing you got to think about here. Baron did not use his intrigue in the previous fight. Here it comes. He'll be so relieved when this turns over. He finds it. He finds Highliner. That's got to be it. Surely that's going to be all she wrote here, unless I've somehow crazily got my maths wrong. That is gonna be all here. So, Paul is going to reveal... Paul is gonna hate watching this back. I'm gonna have to tell him as well that he missed it. Baron reveals for 5. And the thing is, yeah, Paul, I'm pretty sure, would have won this on Spice Must Flow. It's gonna be disgusting. Here comes the double cross. And finesse is going to be enough here. And it's going to get him over the line. Doom wins 2 from 2. By a razor-thin margin. Paul Atreides only gets 3rd. Ikaz is going to get 4 points from endgames. And Chow Murky is going to get him there. And then Jay is going to... unfortunately only take 4th place. Didn't happen in this game. I think there were some other plays that could have been made. There are other worlds where you could have called the market like fully activated. You'd have had 9 points as well, but it didn't happen in this one. It was a tough game. A lot happened. Yellow passes. Paul's got nothing to do. Here comes Private Army for the 2. And Finesse gives Doom the victory. He'll be most pleased by this. Just about gets over the line. But somehow, Neil lost it. Now Ikaz has to use it because he realizes the game is over. Paul can tie him with Master Tactician and should do. Just to deny. It doesn't make any difference, but it makes no difference to Paul here. Paul is unfortunately stuck at 3rd place. But that is going to be all here. What a crazy game this has been. I feel bad for Sword. Sword could well have won this match, but as it turned out, it didn't happen, so... Unfortuitous. We'll have a chat with the players.
Reveal.
It's game.
Cool.
Oh,
I did.
Ooh.
I went in with
Ooh.
these troops. I paid
No,
it.
you didn't put these in.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't do that.
What do you mean? No, I didn't. That's the only. I had no troop. I did put them in.
that's how he got Master Stroke off.
Oh, wait.
I-
Earlier, you didn't get Master Stroke off right now.
He got it literally just now.
Yeah, he got it last round, I think, or something. Yeah, no, it was
No.
this round. Yeah, you're
It was
right.
this round, yeah.
I put
Okay.
in the next possible troops my hand would have allowed me to put in this round. I had the worst hand.
Conan.
I drew garbage cards. I drew all yellows and green.
Yeah,
Right.
Yellow had some awful draws. There's no question. There was some real tough spots in this. Like watching this, like I mean, Doom ended up in like just so many awful positions.
Yeah, it was tough.
There was a lot.
Not
of
drawing
spots.
yellow was really bad because that would have made this round so much easier for me.
Yeah, I hate to be the bearer here, but someone has to. Unfortunately, I think Paul Atreides was actually meant to win this game, as it turned out. I don't know if you want to know or not. I'm kind of obliged.
You think what?
I think Blue actually had a way to win this game. It was really awkward to see, but there was a 10th point, and that was with Opulence. If you'd have found a way to go Great Flat and then actually conspire without using this, you would have got the coins back. You get 5 for Wealth there using Opulence, but obviously you just go Conspire, you get 5 anyway. And you got the point for Opulence. You didn't see it was a tough spot. It was really hard. But I think there was a 10 point, and I think you would have ended up beating Beast on Spice as well. So that was really brutal to see. Hard spot though. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm sure the video people watching this will tell me I'm a complete moron.
I didn't have the spice to go to to Conspire.
Yeah, but you could have gone Great Flat first. You went Wealth and then Great Flat, which is
I did go here first.
And
which
then you
got
had
me-
Doom.
What?
Which
Yeah. Interstellar, Great Flat, Conspire, gets you your money back with Opulence. It's unfortunate. Hard to spot. Like really
but
tough.
I never get this point if I don't go to here and get my shipping fleet.
Yeah, you ship.
Fleet.
You ship, and then you draw your Doom to Great Flat, and then you Conspire at the end with like Diplomacy, or use Satellite Band with Dispatch to get rid of something, get more spice, and that gets you a bump here. Gets you both of them.
But no, I was at 0.
Yeah, so
I had
shipping
bumps.
1, and then
Right.
Conspire
Okay,
gives you
shipping
your
1.
second.
No, but it's shipping, I guess. Great Flat and then
Yeah,
Conspire.
that was the order.
No, it was shipping
Yeah.
and then shuttle fleet. That was my 2 bumps here.
No, why?
No, right.
No,
So
you
he's
went Wealth.
Oh,
I think
you're
we're-
right. Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, I think I see what he's saying. Just go here.
I also didn't
And
think
then
the game
I
was
reveal
gonna end.
this.
I didn't think the game was gonna end this turn.
No, I mean it was hard to know.
Yeah.
It was really hard to know. Like it would look for all money that Beast was probably going to take it down. So I don't envy that. But yeah, it was there, and I think you would have spawned it on Spice Tiebreakers. As it is, didn't happen. But it was a very hard, and like if anyone got in the way for whatever reason, like Ekaz might have done. Obviously, he was probably going to go Research Station though. But like it was there, so I do offer condolences. But it's a hard find. Like it took me a while to find it, and I was like, oh, it is actually on. But alas, either way, it was a super close game. I think Ekaz will be a little. I mean, Ekaz was like such a good chance. The spy satellites they grabbed. I thought Doom you were going to consider taking spies. I didn't. So I was. But
I was.
Why did you just debate over like 10 minutes whether to go on Highliner or not? Like, what were you possibly debating?
Yeah, so my consideration was like I knew you had treachery, right? And between 3 intrigues, I'm sure you had like at least 1 combat. So I was just thinking like, can I win it all? I was thinking about does Blue, for example, he went here to Great Flat last. So I was thinking, does he have the Sleeper Awaken? I was thinking about whether or not
Ekaz can get
Yellow
the
had like an end game. Because he wins with Churmurky, so I was just like kind of going through that and saying, what are the odds of me winning the combat? I could use finesse in another way to get a point here, make it go another round. I had infiltrate, so that next round I would definitely have a yellow. I could get flagships. So I was going through all those motions, and then I decided, well, I think the best thing is just to try to end now. So that was it basically.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was a long tank, but I think it had to be. There was a lot to try and work out. It was a complicated game. It was a complicated position.
Yeah.
And Doom, to be fair to Doom, like you had a few like the Saiyadina or Great Flat earlier. I think you made the right choice. I think I eventually would have found the same. But it's tough, like to get Saiyadina and not cash in points, like kind of sucks. So
Yeah, I was really.
that was tough. There was some
Yeah,
tough
that was
spots.
tough. And
There was some tough spots.
And I was planning on doing Highliner, but I didn't get the cards I need. I had a terrible draw from my last time.
Yeah. You did suffer from draw a bit in this game, which was a shame.
Other crazy where I had to fold after one turn because everyone took up the blue spaces immediately on the first
Yeah, that was
go.
insane. Yeah,
Oh, that was really bad.
They obviously picked up treachery.
Which I didn't even get to. I didn't draw it once. I didn't get it.
No, yeah, it was there. That was the issue. So it's the way it goes. It was.
I should have done the Spice Must Flow, and then I would have done a Spice Must Flow this turn, and then I would have been at 8 at least.
You would have 4 because Ekaz.
Oh yes, I would.
Yeah, because Ekaz trashed theirs. They got rid of one, so you'd have been good for both points. They only had one left, so you'd have been you'd have been at 9.
Yeah, that screwed me. I mean, not that it wouldn't have mattered, but yeah.
As it turned out, no, but it's still it's a little annoying, and I can understand that. But it was a close game. I think everyone had some tough spots. It'd be interesting if people watch this back. I reckon at the end to give their thoughts on it. There was pivots again. I feel terrible for Sword. I really do. But it's as I say, Conspire is like the hardest space in the game to try and find wins off. Like, it's not the first time I've seen someone like could have Conspire for a reason and won the game and missed it. You just don't think of it. So that's going to do us here for this game. Yeah, feel bad for Sword. Sword could have pinched this. And I think we'll perhaps rue the fact, and obviously realizing that it just didn't see it. And it's a hard spot. Like, I will always say that finding wins via Conspire is so tough because no one thinks about the space. It's very unpopular. But there's been now 2 games, at least I can think of, where a Conspire at the very end would have won the match. And as it is, it didn't happen. Kind of insane, but there we go. Sword he's still got 10 points from 3 games, which is totally fine. As long as he's not last in the last match, he will most likely make some degree of qualification. Doom has 10 from 2, absolute dream. Poppa G gets second place, so 4 from 2 isn't too bad. Needs to find probably a win in the last 2 games, though, realistically. And Jay, 4 from 3. It's going to be difficult to find qualification. Next game is an absolute must-win, and kind of hoping our results go your way, but who knows. Either way, fascinating game. I've enjoyed. But yeah, it's always a bit of a shame, when there is a play that someone can make, but very tough to find. So thanks for watching, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Have a good evening. We will see you in the next conflict.